Have you been wanting a different circumstance with your body, with your finances, with your mindset and your feelings, or perhaps even with your spiritual practice? My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is golden. If you don't know, every year on August 8th, there is what is considered a portal that opens, and it's called the Lion's Gate portal. So we have that coming up to look forward to this August 8th. I had a dear friend that was a powerful Akashic Records reader. I've known a few of them, and she's somebody that I got to work with. And she once was doing a reading for me, and she was saying that the Lion's Gate portal is actually, if we've done evolutionary work in the previous year, and if we've done that work coming up into the Lion's Gates portal, when that portal hits, we start to manifest into a different trajectory of consciousness and therefore manifestation, abundance, proliferation. But if we don't do the work, we will find that we go through another difficult year. Perhaps you've had several difficult years in a row. I know a lot of people that the past 5 to 10 years have been something else. Let's just say that. So we do have a Lion's Gate portal coming up, and Heather Feather has decided that this summer, I want to have a summer of fun with so many of you out there, to the best of my ability of what I have to offer. And I have decided to create a short course for you, and it is the least expensive course I'm ever going to do. The course is going to be $55.50. 555 means major life change, so 5550 is major life change with inner gifts. And I have created a short course that is a 5-week course that we would do in the month of August on Mondays, in which we spend 1 hour every Monday, and we'll look at the physical world. Physical world meaning your finances, your body. We'll look at the mental world, your mind, your thinking. I will give you actual tools, tips, tricks to change the way that you think. If there are some thought forms that haven't been working for you for a lifetime, like, I don't know, I'm unworthy, Heather is going to give you the methodology to walk in a new consciousness as we go through this portal together. We're going to look at the heart of the matter, your feelings, your agua de vida, your beautiful, delicious nectar. But how do we deal with fear? How do we deal with strife, worry, concern, darkness? And we're also going to deal with the spirit of the matter. So we're going to look at how you're thinking. We're going to look at how you're feeling. We're going to look at your body. And we're going to look at spirit. And that includes the creative spirit of new creative ideas, creative ways of living, fun things to do, and then spiritual practice, which is also considered a fire elemental. So if you have been wanting to elicit a change, Heather Feather loves change. I love evolution. If you know me, I love to evolve. I love to do my work. I love to do my homework. I had several forms of homework today. One of them was coloring a picture, which was super fun. And it was for the Lion's Gate portal. So you can go to rarebirdmedicine.com and you can click on classes and it will tell you about the Lion's Gate portal. You can also just click on the book online if you want to go ahead and book the class. But my aim is for a community of beings to come together. This class will start before the Lion's Gate portal begins to open. So I'm going to have us work on our finances and our body first and begin a new practice. And it's not going to be a difficult one. I want us to be able to talk about exercise doesn't have to be difficult, and it actually can be fun. And I'm going to give a lot of tips, tricks, options, ways that we can have things be different. I've spent my life working to develop modalities to have difficult circumstance or what is not wanted to eventually be used as compost to become and bloom a garden of what we actually want to have, what we actually want to see. And this is something I want to do in community. And so I will be teaching a tarot class starting in the winter. It'll be January and February of 2027. So that's something that we also have to look forward to. And I'll talk more about that in the future. But the Lion's Gate portal is a powerful opening where you do have Orion's belt, you have the star Sirius, you have the sun in Leo, you have the earth, all in this alignment that occurs. And that particular alignment proliferates your inner regal lion and your ability to let down your hair and let out your roar and liberate the self to have more. And I want that for people. Leo is the great sign of play. And I think it's important that we have more laugh, more fun, more play, more creativity in our days. And sometimes it helps to have a touchstone. What I have found to be indelibly true is that when you're wanting to implement something and you're wanting to get started on something, it can help to have a human being that you're accountable to. But it can also help to have a community of support. And so whenever I have a class, and if you've taken a class of mine, first of all, thank you so much. Every student I've ever had has been a profound, deep, and rich teacher to me. Part of the reason I am in the role of spiritual teacher is not only because I've done it for many lifetimes, but it is because I am a habitual student. And I want to be with like minds that are equally yoked, that are going to awaken Heather Feather, that are going to help me stoke the fires of my own evolution. How do I need to evolve physically? How do I need to evolve with my finances? You know what I mean? Do I have any practice of sharing or generosity or giving with my finances? Do I have any savings? Like, what am I doing with it? Do I know my worth? Am I earning my worth? How am I doing on a physical level? Am I stewarding the temple well? Am I taking care of it? Am I minding the body? Heather has a lot of physical practices, but one of my favorite things I've learned about physical wellness is that you can garner physical wellness while doing something that you thoroughly love and enjoy. It doesn't have to be a burden to exercise. Exercise is nothing more than moving the body, and there are lots of fun and hilarious ways to move the body, like flying a kite, for example. So what I'm looking forward to this summer, if you're open to joining me, is for a community of like minds, a community of my teachers to come in and share your voice as well. You would never have to speak in my classes, but I always give you opportunity to share your voice too, because I believe that like minds come together, and that we each have a different facet of the crystal on the topic we look at together. So the things that you share are not things that I would share. And not only can I grow from them, but the entire group can grow from them. But we can also look at our mindset. There's been so much going on, so much happening in our world. It can be completely understandable to be in the doldrums or to be in a dark space. Sometimes we are also in a regurgitating dark space of some dark thought about ourselves. I'm unlovable, or I'm not worthy of, I don't have any gifts. I don't have any value. I don't contribute much. There are a lot of strange thoughts. I'm weak, or, a lot of strange thoughts that our brain can use to abuse us with. And so some of those thoughts were planted in us as a child, and it can help us to reconstruct that tape that plays, since our subconscious mind runs us 90 to 95% of every single day. A lot of what we are feeling in our world does stem from the things that we are thinking. But it is important to check in with our heart, and be mindful of this part of this piece. It is much quicker for the heart to tell you, doesn't feel good, than it is for the brain to explain to you that something isn't good or you should get away from it, And so we can go into the ancient, greatest wisdom piece, I believe. I think the heart has much greater intelligence than the brain, and really spend some time this summer together being attentive to how we're feeling. And we can activate our creative fires. A lot of people don't identify as creative, but anything that you can conjure up in the mind that can be something that you wind up doing with your hands and your body in the paradigm can be creative. Construction is creative. There's all kinds of things that are creative. And I have found for those times when life does get dark or does get strange or does get weird, spiritual practice is often the thing that keeps us in a state of alignment. Join me through the Lionsgate portal this year and step into a whole new you in the coming 2027. You can always subscribe to Rare Bird Medicine on YouTube. You can go to rarebirdmedicine.com and learn more about the classes, or you can click book online to join me for the Lionsgate portal. 𝐿𝐿